Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Delias Paris and my channel is Indian Hen Farm. This is, I think, going to be the last page layout for our journal because I took a look and we only have one spread left. So the next video is really going to be based on sort of tying our journal together. What do we do with these pages that I left blank? It'll be small embellishments and small little items that we do that carry the journal together. Carry it together? Make it all work together, I guess, is a better way of saying it. So today's layout is this sort of belly band journaling card sort of idea. So this opens up so you can put as much paper as you want in there. And you've got journaling space on here. So close it back up and it just tucks right in there. So you've got kind of a belly band open up folder for journaling pages. And I especially like this towards the end of the journal because they're running out of space, right? And you know how like on the calendar, they always give you one last sort of month as you're sort of like, okay, it really is time to get another one. Okay, so let's get this one out of the way. And this is the journal we're working on together. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Look at this. That's it. Can you believe how much we've done together? How exciting. Okay. It's always fun to kind of get to this point on a journal. So what I picked out some paper that I thought was pretty. And one of the things I've noticed on these journals is I've been working sort of from fall and winter with splashes of color. And so I thought, let's end on something sort of related to spring because we're just around the corner, right? Super excited. So the first thing I did was, pick out some pretty paper. So I've got all these to choose from. I'm going to set these aside. And I've got some hand-dyed paper. And what I want to do is I'm doing like this, right? So that it'll hold over. And let's just see, because I want it to take up most of this page. So I'm kind of folding it in. Let's fold this one first, just so we have a starting point. Get that one out of the way. So I'm just going to go hold this corner and go down. Here's my bone folder. Okay. And now, yeah, I think we're good right about there. Let's see. So what I'm doing here is making sure it takes up a good portion of the page with an overlap, right? So see how this overlaps on top? Because we're going to want to hold that so that we've got kind of a closure there. And then look, it takes up a good portion of the width of my page, which I like. I have a small rim around it, but not a ton. And when this opens up, they can easily journal in here. So I like that. Okay. So this looks like it's going to be perfect. And each one's going to be different. You're going to have to go off the measurements of your page because your journal may be bigger or smaller than mine, right? Okay. I've got my paper trimmer here with all kinds of little pieces of paper in it. And I'm going to try and decide how thick I want this. I think 1, 2, 3. I think let's start with 4 inches because I think 4 inches might look good. Where did I put my pencil? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right here. Okay. I started putting everything away. Okay. looks a little too big, so let's go down an inch. You know, sometimes measuring is really important, but I feel like on this it's, yeah, see, I like that. That's a good amount of space because I want some space at the top and the space at the bottom, so whatever I put in here, you can see it. But I also don't want it to be a little wimpy belly band. I was looking for more, that way when they fold this out, they've got a lot of space in here. So I like that. Okay. And I picked some pretty paper. I think I'm going to pick this lighter one is going to go on this side. So I'm doing part of this page on this side and part of it on this side. So look, I've got the same paper, but I use different sections of it. So it works together, but it has like a lighter and a darker, which I thought looked kind of cool. So I'm going to do that again. Sometimes it's tiny little details. So I'm going to glue just past this crease, and just so that that can't peel up all the way along. So just past it. I'm using my art glitter glue. Okay. My daughter is out for mid-winter break, so next week we'll only, well, we'll see. I might not even be able to get to a tutorial next week. It depends on how we're looking when Isabel's out of school, especially for like breaks. I try to, you know, focus on her. So I might take this next week off. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to cut this excess off. And if you wanted, you could just glue one big piece on. I just, you know, I kind of like the idea of doing it two different ways. So this one would fold like that. And then I'm going to put the darker side here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cut some of this down just so I can get to this flower. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this side. You know, I don't use 12 by 12 paper a lot, and I think it's partially because of the way I work. Like, I like mixing papers together, and so I find a lot of times when I do use one big 12 by 12, I end up changing it a lot anyway. Oh, Lordy. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to go to there, and let's use our bone folder and just spread that glue a little. I need to clean my mat again. Okay. I'm going to cut the excess off again. Okay. Ah, sticking to my scissors. And here we go. And let's take a look. I will get all that glued down on the back as well. Okay. See, I like the way that looks. Using sort of part of it on this side and part of it on that side, as opposed to losing, you know, yeah, I think that looks kind of cool. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure these back portions are glued down. I didn't want to waste any of my paper, and since this part is going to be glued down onto the, you're not going to be able to see it. There's no real sense in covering it up with pretty paper. Okay, there we go. So, there is our pretty journaling card piece. And I've got it, okay. Okay. I think, okay. So I'm going to ink around these edges, and this journal that I have that we've been working on together is straight. Whereas my other journal, this one, had rounded corners. So I rounded the corners on this one, but I'm not going to round the corners on this one because I tend to do these to mirror whatever the edges are. But what I do want to do, just because I think it's going to look kind of pretty, well, let's see, hold on. I'm going to cut down a small amount of this because I think I have a little too much. Okay. There we go. Yeah. And my sister, for Christmas, y'all saw this before. Here, I'm going to show you on a piece of dark paper, I think. Let's see if I can show you here. Okay. This little punch, it's so cool. I love it. You know what? And you can find these sorts of things on Amazon. But look, see how it makes that really pretty little corner? So I'm going to use that here on this side. Just to give it a little something. If you don't have it, don't use it. If you do, if you have a, any sort of decorative corner, right? It doesn't have to be this one. They're fun. Okay. Just to give it a little something. So now I've got these two decorative corners here. And the other thing I wanted to do was use a little bit of this napkin that we used on the cover of this. And I'm just going to tear a little piece off. And I thought, let's put, hold on. I'm going to do a little bit right here, just to carry some of that cover over. But the other reason I wanted to show you this, is you can use glue stick for this. So I've been using sort of, the liquid, like when you take your glue and you add water to it and doing this as decoupage. But I saw someone do this recently. Oh my gosh, I'll have to try and look it up so I can give them credit. I saw somebody do this recently on a video. It came across my feed. And I was so excited to see how well it works. So I'm just adding glue stick. And I'm going to go a little bit past this just because I don't want my napkin to come up. Okay. And I can cut off the excess. And it works really well. I couldn't believe how well it works. And I was super excited to see sort of not having to get my paper all wet. And isn't that great? It just brings in a little bit of that napkin, which is what we have on the cover of this journal. So I thought that was kind of fun. Yeah. And maybe I'll put a little tiny bit here, just to carry it over. So I'm just adding a little glue stick. Okay. And I'm going to cut off. Does get all over your scissors though. Okay. I'm going to cut that excess off. and just a little here. Fold that over. And it just brings in a little bit of that napkin from the cover. In fact, I'm going to use some of this throughout sort of when I'm completing the journal. Okay, so then I was going to ink. I'm going to ink this. I am going to ink this. And I'm using Vintage Photo. By Tim Holtz. My daughter laughs at me because I call her friends like Miss, I'm just gonna make this up, Miss Karen or Miss Lindsay or whoever, whatever their name is. And these are little girls. And she was always like, why are you calling my friends Miss So-and-so? And I'm like, because it's just the way that I think is so sweet. And they all laugh at me. Okay. The other thing we're going to do is we want a closure for this. So I've got Tim Holtz's mini snippets. I also have some other things mixed in here, some flowers and different things. So I'm just looking to see what we've got here that might work. I don't think I want to do, you know what's fun? This butterfly might be fun. Kind of like the idea of that. What do y'all think? Okay, so the butterfly maybe. Let's just look and see if there's anything else. I don't want more flowers because I have the flower right here. I think we're good on that. Let me see. I think I'm running low. I need to get some more. You know what I like the idea of doing? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use these two together. So this is that collect sort of specimen card that comes in these. I think it's the specimen set of mini snippets. And then I've got this butterfly. And I'm going to use them together because I think that's kind of fun. So I'm making sure I'm looking for my middle here, right here. Okay. And I'm going to glue this one to this one with a little bit of this collect coming out. Yeah. Okay. So let me ink this one. Okay. Okay. And I feel like I went really dark on that. Oh, well. Okay. Let's not overthink it. And let's see. Huh? Let's do it like that. Okay. One of the things I do like about sort of doing two together is it's also going to strengthen up this sort of ledge. Okay. Like that. Okay. So when you look at this, you know this is what, right? We're going to tuck that out and then that would just tuck underneath. So that's what you're looking at sort of for space. So, yeah, I'm going to go right there. Get that started. There we go. Isn't that adorable? Can you see that? Okay. I'm just going to make sure I've got that whole thing glued down. I always kind of start by just giving it a little glue. Just come in here a little bit more. Okay. There we go. And this will fold in just like that. And hold it closed. Cool? Okay. So here's our journal. I want to, okay, so I inked the outside of this, but I have not inked the inside. So let me just do a little ink in there before I glue it down for sure. Okay. There's my decorative corners. Okay, there we go. So fold right in like that. And you know what I think I'm going to do differently this time? Just because we're always evolving, right? I'm going to glue here on this side and this side so I have a second belly band behind this. So I'm going to glue here. And here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. A lot of times, what I like about this sort of being in the back is I would probably add a little thank you to this inside the journal as sort of a thank you for coming on this journey with me. And, you know, using one of the journals that I made to plan your thoughts and, you know, kind of, I think that's so much fun. Throw some journaling pages in. But, you know, I wonder if these will fit back here. Nope, too big. Okay. I don't have any handy, but let me just give you. So now we would have some bigger ones. Another space that we could use that for. And there it is. Easy peasy, right? You can continue decorating this. You can go a little crazier. You can do it just like this, you know. But this is where I would probably add one last page inside here. That's just a thank you to them for going on this journey and sort of using one of my journals to collect their thoughts and their treasures. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, hit the like and subscribe. And I will see you again here, if not next week because of my daughter's break, the following week. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.